Welcome to Just Fishing in Bristol, Virginia. We're family owned, family operated, and we live for the catch just as much as you do. You'll be greeted at the door by Bailey, our official four-legged welcome committee. Inside, you'll discover hand-picked tackle, local favorites, and top brands. With over 1,800 products in stock, we've got exactly what you need to fill the live well. Can't make it to the shop? Our website is always open, and our online orders ship fast straight to your door. Come see us in Bristol or visit us online. And before you head out, tell them Tim's Tiny Boat Adventures sent you. It's Bristol, baby. Let's go racing.
Welcome in, everybody, to Bristol Motor Speedway, to the Just Fishing 70. It's the bull ring, and tonight it's time to go fishing. Welcome in, everybody. My name's Sean Stamm, live here on Stamm Studio Network, bringing you the Stamm Studio Network Truck Series live out here in YouTube land. 70 laps out here tonight from this high-banked, high-mile, no room to breathe and no place to hide. We'll have our first and only stage break coming at lap 52, which means, hey, teams are already thinking about that track position versus tires almost from the drop of the green. Bristol, hey, it's fast, it's loud, and it shows a little bit of dirt out there on Google Earth out there, but no, it's all covered in snow and real life land out there. Hopefully everybody out there, out and around Bristol and in YouTube land, is keeping warm and doing a-okay out there tonight. I am doing well, thank you out there for asking. Take a look at some point standings before we cut into virtual trackside action. How about Stony Benfield leading us up there in the point standings? TJ Zachary, Benicio Marquez Ramos up there in the top three. Bobby Blair, it's Michael Ritz, Josh Murphy, Robert Anderson. Hey, well, Robbie, we see you down there in YouTube land. We appreciate you coming out here in YouTube land as well as in virtual racetrack land out there tied with Tyler Price, 7th in our point standings. Frank Ranger Jr., Mark Gentile, and Charles Widener out there rounding out the top 10 within our point standings. As we get live to virtual trackside action here tonight, we'll take a look at our race information and our top starting grid brought to you by Just Fishing. It's Just Fishing, that store just located outside of Bristol, Virginia. Any tackle, any bait, any sort of rod you're looking for, catch that big old Billy Bass. Make sure you hit up that Just Fishing store out there. You saw it down there from our live opening, as well as we'll have that stage break at around lap 52. You can make sure you regroup and rearm. Make sure that you have that fishing tackle ready to groove out there from this half-mile speedway here. We're working at temperatures way more than what they are in real life. 69-degree Fahrenheit temperature range. Humidity is just above 20% there. That's well above the range here to keep these NASCAR Stamm Studio Network truck engines moving and grooving. We'll take a look at our our starting grid here tonight. There we go. It's going to be Scott Patton who slaps it out there on the pole, as well as Josh Murphy who joins him right on his side. Stony Benfield, Josh Murphy, Jensen Case, Benicio Marquez Ramos. It'll be TJ Zachary, Mark Gentile, Mike Milfelt, Ricardo Keno rounding out the top 10. Tim Blankenbeckler, our sponsor, the man, the myth, the legend, who hooked up the sponsor for the race tonight. Tim Blankenbeckler will start out here P11. Craig Schmidt, Kyle Rickett, Sean Abel, Daniel Higgins, he's out here racing with us tonight from this half-mile speedway. It'll be Michael Rich, P16, Zach Monday, P17, Terry Mellon, P18. We also still have a 24-driver grid, so we're going to keep them rocking and rolling. It'll be, Tom Connolly, Tyler Price, Frank Ranger Jr., Robert Anderson, Neil Lapidus, as well as Nathaniel Mendoza, rounding out our 24. Count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not going to count them all. It's a 24-driver grid. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get them restacked and re-racked for the first time tonight. It's our Just Fishing 70 live here on Stamm Studio Network. My name is Sean Stamm, producing, directing, and commentating the show. Scott Patton will dive it down to the turn 1, door quarter, and clear the race field. It's now there in between Josh Murphy, Stony Benfield, or the driver that comes into the race with the point series lead. He's Stony Benfield, number 97. line, tries to make the inside line work out there on the race start. He's not able to make it happen out there. It's Tony Benfield has company down the ground from the inside line. Mauricio Marquez Ramos, the winner of Daytonia and that W Energy. Now what is that? A Toyota Tundra machine. First Toyota Tundra up there, up within our front four runners. Mauricio Marquez Ramos not able to get that throttle pedal down there, up there out of corner exit. Mauricio Marquez Ramos looking to get a regroup and rearm. It'll be TJ Zachary, who is also on the move out here out of the drop of the green flag. That's 2 spots gained for TJ. He's out there looking on the outside. This could possibly be 3 spots gained. TJ, can he get that throttle pedal bend up there on the exit of turn number 4? TJ Zachary, almost a textbook pass out there out of Mauricio Marquez Ramos. Still has that outside line clear. Now he's going to move down back and beyond that track. How about Jensen Case up there? He's up to P6. We might have one around out here earlier on at the start of the race. It'll be the Daniel Higgins Chevrolet Silverado machine. Daniel Higgins, he started up there, and I believe it was P21, so he's going to fall back all the way 8 spots back here all the way to P23 at this point in time being. We're going to take a look at here at this quick race replay. I don't think he's going to have any. Oh, excuse me. There definitely is contact. Look at that. Ricardo Keno up there out in front of him. Oh, my God. Ricardo Keno's going to need some new pants underneath him tonight as the spinning Daniel Higgins almost caught Ricardo Keno off guard. Not only was that a save in 1 lap's time here. Look at Ricardo. He's going to dive it maybe a little bit too deep in there. I think that's turn 1. Very nice, evasive. Say it with me, ladies and gents. Cat-like reflexes out there. Meow for the driver of the 155, Mike Milfelt. There's Ricardo Cano, gathers it right back up, and then right in front of him, Daniel Higgins down and around, almost takes out Ricardo Cano. He actually does clear Ricardo. Ricardo's able to live to fight another day. We are already 10 laps down. We're only 43 laps away out of that, our only stage break here tonight. It's still Scott Patton up there out up front. I just heard an engine give. That's one of our, that's not a sound that you want to hear down here in YouTube, iRacing land out there below. I think that's going to be for Sean Abel, who has now entered pit lane and shown actually off of the racetrack here. We'll get to that race replay in a few moments' time as Stony Benfield is looking back and around the inside line. Josh Murphy, he's up there way up the racetrack in that number 88 Red Bull Racing Stamm Studio Network truck. It's inside versus the outside here. It's shorter way around the racetrack versus just a little bit more momentum. Right now that outside line continues to be the faster way around the track. Josh Murphy carries that speed, carries that momentum, as well as look at TJ Zachary. It's a 2x2 battle out here from Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll look 3 wide out of their exit to turn number 4. TJ Zachary meet in the sandwich for a brief moment's time. It's now Mauricio Marquez Ramos, our Daytona race winner, all the way still up to P3, but right now trying to hold off this whole hard charging pack. There, if we look on that rear camera bumper shot there, you see Josh Murphy right there, that number 88 Red Bull Chevrolet Silverado machine. Continues to work P4. That's exactly where he started. TJ Zachary right there behind Josh Murphy. That's for P5. Jensen Case, Mike Milfelt. How about Craig Schmidt also having a real nice start to this race up in that number 85 Toyota Tundra machine. I believe that's going to be the white and orange machine right now, rocking up on that outside line in the Federal at 155. Toyota Tundra machine. He's still got Jensen Case right there, right in behind him in that 75. Right now, hey, these drivers, they know that there's a long way to go. There's a long time to do what they say can't be done, and that is get one of these stints done out here out of Bristol Motor Speedway with very little to no contact. Speaking of contact, it's still side by side out there between Mike Milfelt as well as that'll be TJ Zachary and Adam L Racing. It's Chevrolet versus Toyota out of there, out of turn number 4. Still Mike Milfelt running that inside line. Does TJ Zachary have anything for him running up top? Let's hop on board with TJ here. If you're just now joining us, welcome in here on Stamm Studio Network. Sean Stamm. We got Terry Ted dancing transistors down there in YouTube land. Apologize for the brief little hour delay we had coming into this race, but and congratulations to one of my siblings out there with a local team. And engagement party out there, and it's time flies when you're having fun. I guess it does. I'm growing up here. We're all turning some laps out here as well. TJ Zachary, look at Jensen Case in the purple people leader. What is that? He is running with Alf again this season. I know Jensen Case, he was running with us last season with that same sponsor there. Right now, Jensen Case running in the 7th position. TJ Zachary up there in front of him. Right front corner panel, not quite clear. Craig Schmidt runs out there right beside, right behind Jensen Case. And how about our man Tim Blankenbeckler, one of our drivers who got the sponsor kind of working up here tonight, and that's the Just Fishing 70 out here tonight at Bristol. That Toyota Tundra, Tim's Tiny Boat Adventures. Hey, he's gonna. I think Tim's Tiny Boat has definitely hit up Just Fishing out there to Bristol, Virginia, quite a few times to get that bait rocking and rolling. Gets those big old Billy Bass there. Tim Blankenbeckler, he's up to move. He's moved 2 spots since the drop of the green flag, and that's in the green. That's Tim. He started P11, now up to P9. Mauricio Marquez Ramos, I do have to correct myself. I mentioned this earlier on, I believe it was Daytona, or if not last week from Echo Park Speedway. I mentioned Mauricio Marquez Ramos as a little bit of a road course ringer, and I didn't realize didn't realize that would constitute into Mauricio Marquez Ramos being known as only for road courses. No, I mean, we've seen, sure, I do a broadcast for Mauricio Marquez Ramos for other road course racing events that he does take part in, though. But I mean, we continue to see the pace from Mauricio, no matter what kind of car that we're smacking up into, especially stock car racing. Mauricio Marquez Ramos up there into P2, driver out of Mexico, rocking and rolling. We're going to have a little bit of a caution flag fly out here tonight, our first caution here, as you do see, unfortunately, that Just Fishing Tim's Tiny Boat Adventures left kind of upper quarter panel out there definitely has seen better days. First caution flies out here about, I'm not seeing a lap time there. I'd take that back, but we will take a look and see how this happened. What constituted, is that a word? Yeah, I think so. What brought out this? There you go. What brought out this caution flag? There you see the number 24, kind of that number. Excuse me. That was, what is that? The Matt Crafton kind of inspired Toyota Tundra machine. Yep, that's going to be 3 trucks involved right there, right across the start-finish line. I think that's TJ Zachary, Robert Anderson, as well as Tim Blankenbeckler, all involved here. Here's going to be another look. It'll be side by side going into turn 1. There you see that number 75 out there running the inside line for Jensen Case, TJ Zachary on the middle line, and then there's the 24, a little bit off the pace. TJ just having nowhere to go. Unfortunately for Tim Blankenbeckler, contact, pretty heavy contact there. I think he is going to be able to take that fast repair. Is my Discord open? No, my Discord's not open. God dang it. I was about to try to get a quick driver interview. I might still try and sneak one down here if we have a brief moment's time. Oh, boy. Who do we go with? Oh, God. Hey, Jensen, normally I try to give you a little bit of a heads up here, man, but you got yourself a quick copy. This is Sean up in the booth.
Yes, sir. How's it going, man?
Hey, man, I'm doing all right. You missed that, very, very close wreck here for you. That last caution, you're sitting up here at P6. What's going through your mind up here heading towards this race restart?
Yeah, I was trying to get myself under TJ there for a couple laps. He was pinching me down pretty hard. Looks like a lapper there. Just was, I don't know really what has happened. Guess he couldn't hold onto his rig there and ended up getting caught up into it behind. But yeah, luckily I was able to avoid that there and sitting here P6, feeling pretty good.
Way better broken down than I can do. Jensen, we appreciate you taking your time, and I apologize for kind of barging in here on you on your race comms. Best of luck here on the race restart, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Sean.
You got it, man. All righty. So, yeah, this is kind of something new that we are doing down here at SSN, and man, I did that once last week, and then of course the driver. I'm not gonna just I don't know, for their own being. Sean and Tanner cursed them out there to the left quarter panel after I chatted with them. Unfortunately, some pretty heavy contact there. So we appreciate Jensen Case coming in there with a little bit of kind of behind the scenes and behind the driver's lookout here as we are restacked, re-racked, ready for this race restart for this Just Fishing 70 out here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Ladies and gents, my name's Sean Stamm, live here on Stamm Studio Network. I think y'all know what time it is here. You go ahead and crank it up here on this race. Marquez Ramos, Scott Patton going at it here side by side for the race lead out of this Just Fishing 70 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Contact for the race lead as Mauricio Marquez Ramos tries to squeeze up around that outside line. He keeps hugging that inside line. Scott Patton is still there. It's still Chevrolet versus Toyota Tundra. Look who's stalking, creeping out the dungeon. It's Stony Benfield in that lime green Ford F-150 machine. It's now a front three-truck breakaway as Mike Milfelt and Tom Connolly start to get their noses a little bit dirty here. There's only 17 more laps to go here in this front opening stage. Josh Murphy, Craig Schmidt, how about Michael Rich? Kyle Ricketts running at the top 10. Scott Patton still stretching his legs out there, out up front. That's a 2/10 of a second race lead there gained. Mauricio Marquez Ramos trying to do everything that he can to slowly reel in that battle for the race lead. Jensen Case in the purple people leader, the man with the legend that we just chatted with under a live YouTube land. Jensen, he worked his way up into that final driver interview position. It's now almost side by side between Stony Benfield and Michael Milfelt. Mike is now working that inside line. Does he have what it's able to take to hold that inside? He's going to wash a little bit there out of the entrance on turn 3. He's going to apex diamond that corner into turn number 4. Look at that white and orange Toyota Tundra go. That is Michael Milfelt. Michael Milfelt, he's keeping the inside line moving, grooving in there with them. As Stony now is going to slot back a little bit up on that outside line. Here comes Josh Murphy in the black and yellow. He's also stalking creeping in that number 88 machine. Let's hop on board here with Josh. Excuse me, this is Josh. Tom Connolly is stalking in that black and yellow machine. It's a 3-truck battle there for 4th, 5th, 6th position. Josh Murphy, can he do what they say can't be done? And that's continue to reel in this front 3, 4, 5 truck battle up here between 4th and 3rd all the way through 6th. It's also Craig Schmidt, Charlie Widener out there, also with another side-by-side battle on their hands. There's battles right now all around the racetrack starting to heat up, man. Right now, our closest is between this gaggle, this giggity, this quagmire of cars out here from 4th on back. Stony Benfield, he's still working that outside line. Careful on those right side tires, though. As this stage continues to tick on further and further down, those right side tires are going to continue to lose more and more grip. You can see Mike Milfelt there trying to keep that inside line moving, grooving. We're going to have our second caution. Oh, no, Ricardo Cano is facing the wrong way. No, Ricardo, no. And that's Stamm Studio Network number 25 truck machine. We're going to see how Ricardo is facing the wrong way here tonight. Oh, man, that got tight coming out there at a turn number. Oh, it's 2 Dale trucks that were getting into there. I don't see quite a door number, but I will have to. I think I might have to rewind that there to catch that one. It may have been Nathaniel Mendoza. We'll have to take another look at this one. Oh, man, you got to feel here for Ricardo. There's the contact out. Yeah, I think Ricardo is holding that inside line by quite a margin there. Actually, that is the... No, I take that back. That is not Nathaniel Mendoza. I take that back. That is going to be the number... Is it the 3 of Zach Monday? There you go, it is. I believe I've seen that front hood logo before. I think Zach Monday did some of his own streaming out there in Twitch down below. Yeah, that's Patriot Maverick. Let's take another look at it. Then we'll see if anybody's jotting their way down into pit lane below. Yeah, Zach Monday, they're just a little bit loose out of turn number exit. Ricardo Keno, unfortunately, has nowhere to go. Nice move there for the Daniel Higgins machine. Kind of moves his way down and below that apron line, washes up there in corner exit, but at that point, the caution flag is already thrown. So for drivers that are down in pit lane, it'll be Neil Lapidus, Zach Monday, Frank Ranger Jr., as well as Ricardo Keno. So only 4 drivers down there on and into pit lane. As far as, have there been any other takers here tonight? Oh, no. Oh, God. Well, right now I'm seeing Daniel Higgins, Ricardo Keno, as well as Frank Ranger Jr., as they have to let the pack go by there. That's going to be at least 1 lap down for them. Not what they were looking for here, as those lights are out on that iRacing safety pace truck. There's definitely still there's way more than enough time for these drivers to still gonna make you or the rest of the race is gonna make you or break it. We still have not even reached our competition caution, our stage break at lap 52, where all stage points are awarded there. Before we get grooving back in again, it'll be Scott, Pat, Medicio, Marquez, Ramos. That's the front 2. Mike Melfelt, Stoney Binfield. That's the front 3 and 4. Tom Connolly, Charlie Widener. How about Josh Murphy, Craig Schmidt, Kyle Ricketts, and Terry Mellum, rounding out the top 10. Do we have any? No, come on now, with no live driver cameras. We're going to get those back here moving and grooving in YouTube lands. It'll be side by side through the whole front pack. The field is in Scott Patton's hand as he's going to floor it down there up into second, third, now we're hitting 4th gear and going up and into turn 1. Medicio Marcos Ramos and that W Energy number 36 Toyota Tundra machine still working that outside line, but I don't know if I'm going to I don't know if I'll find that pond there at the start of the race. Remember, lower tire temps, lower tire pressure. We're going to see that lower way around the racetrack really start to present itself there as here comes Mike Melfelt working that inside line there. Medicio Marquez Ramos a little bit tight there. That Toyota Tundra not doing as he wants it to. Medicio Marquez Ramos hard contact out with that outside safer barrier, looking like he used to know her back there in high school. He's going to continue rocking and rolling, somehow keeping that truck moving, grooving, as it's now Charlie Widener, Stoney Binfield, Tom Connolly, and then that will be just our 2 little front 2 to 3 lap breakaway towards that stage break. Scott Patton, ladies and gentlemen, welcome our stage winner down there in YouTube land below. He's led 53 laps tonight in the Stamm 3 Network, just fishing 70 out here at Bristol. Stick with us live here on Stamm Studio Network. My name's Sean Stamm, producing, directing, and commentating the show. Scott wins our stage. Medicio Marquez Ramos P2, Mike Melfelt P3. We'll be right back with you up here in the booth after a quick word from one of our sponsors and affiliates. We appreciate each and every single one of you down there in YouTube land. Thanks, everybody.
Welcome to Just Fishing in Bristol, Virginia. We're family owned, family operated, and we live for the catch just as much as you do. You'll be greeted at the door by Bailey, our official 4-legged welcome committee. Inside, you'll discover hand-picked tackle, local favorites, and top brands. With over 1,800 products in stock, we've got exactly what you need to fill the live well. Can't make it to the shop? Our website is always open, and our online orders ship fast straight to your door. Come see us in Bristol or visit us online. And before you head out, tell them Tim's Tiny Boat Adventures sent you. It's Bristol, baby. Let's go racing.
Welcome back in. Here's the Just Fishing 70 out here on Stamm Studio Network. We are under our quick Fritz for Pet stage break caution. Oh man, what a first half of the stage that it has been. As now, hey, we are re-racked. We're almost re-racked and restacked and ready to go. We appreciate our sponsors and affiliates, especially Frets for our Pets, for coming in with that stage rage caution. As well as those top right sponsors and affiliates up there in the top right of your screen. That you see, as well as our YouTube members scrolling across the bottom of your screen. We're gonna get them re-racked and restacked as Neil Lapidus. No, Neil, no. He's gonna get it looped around. Okay, he's just trying to choose that outside line, and I think this is a really good look at to see that, hey, as this temperature continues to fall out here at a Bristol Motor Speedway, even trying something as much as choosing your race line could quite catch you. Lacking out there, Neil Lapidus looks like he's going to make his way back and up and to the front of the pack as those iRacing safety pace truck lights are still on. Let's check in down there on YouTube land. We got Moonlight Dancer joining us, as well as Terry, as well as Laura saying go, Terry, go. Ted joining us down there as well. What's Moonlight saying? Sean training. Yes, I am training, Terry, down there live for the Better Half Dash. Gentlemen, if you want to get to your ladies, just we'll just go ahead and check this graphic out here. Let's see if I can get it. There it is. All right, if you're looking to get, excuse me, gentlemen, if you're looking to get your ladies one of the most better Valentine's Day gifts that I can imagine. Well, this is the night right before Valentine's Day. It's mini stocks at Charlotte. It's the Better Half Dash. The ladies that have been rooting you on back there from behind the scenes. Well, we put them back behind the wheel and all versus one another. We're gonna get there's already about 8 to 9 ladies registered there for it, so we're going to get them re-racked and restacked, as well as the field. Jensen Case leads this Just Fishing 70 back out here into green flag conditions. Neil Lapidus gets his spot back there, and that's up to P2. So after a little bit of pit stop strategy, able to find themselves out here around this last 72 laps of the race. Tim Blankenbeckler, Terry Mellum going side by side into turn 3 and 4. Excuse me, that's not 10. That'll be Zach Monday out there on that outside line. Zach keeping that outside. Here comes that number 23 of Terry Mellum as Tim Blankenbeckler clears up there for both. And that's that final driver interview position. Jensen Case leads Neil Lapidus, leads Tim Blankenbeckler, and then we start to look side by side up there between the number 46 and 23. That'll be the Scott Patton as well as Terry Mellum. Mike Milfelt joins the party as well on that higher outside line. Look who's also joining that party. It's going to be Charlie Widener. I think that's it is the Mountaineers, Appalachian number 95 Toyota Tundra machine. These drivers up here between the front 6 to 7 positions already starting to single file themselves back out. TJ Zachary, he works back within that inside line. He's able to get back cleared back for P8. It's Josh Murphy. Terry Mellon, Mauricio Marquez, Ramos going at it side by side. There's one going a little bit off the racetrack. I think that's going to be that Dale Earnhardt Jr. inspired paint scheme machine of Josh Murphy. That was Zach Monday. He somehow gathered back up that number 3 machine, kept that thing back to rolling all the right way. It'll still be fine. We're keeping it moving, grooving back here up throughout the pack. Monk Gentile as well as Nathaniel Mendoza. They're only separated by, what is this, they're only separated by less than 1 short length there. Tom Connolly trying to get a little bit closer on that battle as well. Oh no, it's going to be the number 24 machine, Robert Anderson. I don't think this will warrant a caution. Not more than 3 trucks were involved. Look at back up here towards the front as Jensen Case puts down that number 24. 2 to 3 more laps out here. The Alp Purple People leader, number 75, Chevrolet Silverado. He's up 4 positions since the drop of the green flag. Only 63 laps to go. Right now, the closest battle out there on the track is between Scott Patton and Neil Lapidus. Scott Patton is going to work that inside line. Neil's going to flirt with that outside wall. Sparks continuing to fly. Here comes Charlie Widener down that inside line as well. Could Neil lose 2 spots in 1 lap? No. Neil losing 1. Here could be 2 as Neil continues to try to keep that outside line, at least a bit of speed and momentum in within it. Unfortunately, Neil Lapidus will drop back to P4, but what a nice run it is here for him tonight, as well as Mike Milfeld. That's 4 possession games for Mike. Even though Neil, he drops back to P4 in that race restart, he's up 19 spots on the race. That OSOK number 26 Ford F-150 machine, our highest mover on positions, not Benjamin's. Neil up to P4. Don't look down here, but as well as Benicio Marcos Ramos, Stony Benfield going at it for P7th and 8th right now. That's going to be our second closest battle right now because Terry Mellum and Nathaniel Mendoza also going at it there between 15th and 16th. Looks like Stony Benfield is able to clear Benicio Marcos Ramos out there for P7. We'll check on there on Terry Mellum and Mark Gentile as well as Frank Ranger Jr. Looks like Terry Mellon, he's able to work his way back up to P60 in that high rock, number 23 Chevrolet Silverado vodka machine. But right now he's got company diving down back on the inside line, and that's going to be that number 27. I think that's Michael Ritz. Michael Ritz is shown, I think that was 3 laps down right now. But if we've seen the pace out here from Michael, not only tonight, but as well as the race season, he can definitely keep this thing grooving and moving back up towards the front of the pack. Jensen Case continuing to run away with a 1.1 second race lead over Scott Patton, continuing to really float with those boards up there out on that outside line. Thankfully, we're not dealing with snow or dirt here tonight. It's all concrete racing out here from the last great Coliseum. Jensen Case, Scott Patton, Charlie Whiter, that's our top 3 positions. Mike Millfield, Stony Benfield, and then it's a huge battle right now going up there between Neil Venus, Benicio Marquez Ramos, and Stony Benfield. You can see the number 36 of Benicio Marquez Ramos trying to run that inside line. He's barely clear out there on the corner exit. Neil Venus there with a little bit of a wiggle, a giggle, and a gaggle out there. It only takes a wiggle, a giggle, and a gaggle there for you to lose so much speed and momentum. Contact between Josh Murphy and one of our league owners. That's 7th and 8th going at it here. 52 coming to 51 lap to go. Kyle Ricketts has his popcorn bucket out there as Neil Lapidus gets loose as a goose out there in front of him. Kyle Ricketts can say thank you so much for your Neil. Trying to get 1 spot gain right back here, and that will be for P8. Kyle Ricketts back to P8. Neil Lapidus drops back here to P9 as he starts to flirt that outside wall even more. Craig Schmidt moves up there into top 10 positions. Jensen Case, he's still got that 5/10 of a second. That is a half of a second race lead going into turn 4. 50 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Stamm, Stamm Studio Network here tonight, producing, directing, commentating the show. I'm going to treat you really quick to the sights and sounds out here at Bristol Motor Speedway as this battle for the race lead, it continues to heat up. I'll be right back with you. Slowly crank this puppy back down. We were on board with Scott Patton as he made the move down around the inside as lap traffic started to become a factor. The respectable Frank Ranger Jr. running that outside line. Scott Patton to the race lead over at Jensen Case. Charlie Whiters continues to run P3. Mike Belfield P4, Stony Benfield P5, Benicio Marquez Ramos, Josh Murphy, Kyle Ricketts up there. Kyle Ricketts right now only within a 2/10 of a second lead over Craig Schmidt. Craig Schmidt tries to work back and around a little bit closer to that battle as Kyle Ricketts continues to hold off the hard-charging number 23 right now, shown 1, 2 to 3 laps down of that battle for Terry Mellum. Terry Mellum tries to work down to that inside line, gets the nose inside there. That's going to say thank you very much. Hang on, don't look, don't wash out there. Corner exit, no! That's contact between 2 drivers on 2 completely different laps. Terry a little bit deep within the corner, or was it the 09 who tried to come in there just a little bit down there on the racing line? I mean, you kind of have to see both point of views here from both perspectives. Oh man, Kyle Rick is going to lose quite a bit of running positions from where he was. Jumping back up here to the battle between P3 and 4, Charlie Widener, Mike Milfelt. This is, if you look on the right side of your screen, battle between second and third starting to heat up, royal and ensue. It's only 1/10 of a second there between Widener and Milfelt. Look at that's going to be Fred here a little bit closer within that battle as another caution will fly out here tonight. There's racing so close down here between one another. Oh, it's going to be the 09 of Kyle Ricketts who's involved. I believe this is only our third caution here tonight. If you see on the bottom right of your screen, yep, we're on lap 92 out of 130. Our leader, Scott Patton, this is our fourth caution for 14 laps. We have had 3 lead changes. Here's going to be the cause of this one. That's going to be Kyle Ricketts, the Liam Strong Teal 09 Chevrolet Silverado machine. And then there you see that black and yellow. I think that was that. I don't want to say a name here just yet. Yeah, that is definitely the 39 machine. I think that is going to be, hang on, wait for it. That'll be Tom Connolly there. Let's actually hop on board here with Tom Connolly and see his virtual driver iCam this time by. If I can do it fast enough, I might not be able to. Oh, God. Hey, that's how fast things will happen here from Bristol Motor Speedway. I do see quite a bit of drivers here making their way downtown and into pit lane, so I will mosey my way on down there here. Nathaniel Mendoza, Neil Lapidus, Scott Patton, Charlie Weiner, Jensen Case, Mike Milfelt, Stoney Binfield, all down into pit lane. Who leads them all off? It looks like it'll be Scott Patton who wins the race off pit lane. Jensen Case is P2, Charlie Widener will be P3. Mike Milfield, Stoney Binfield, Medicio Marquez Ramos, Tom Connolly, Kyle Ricketts. That's the top 10. We also still have Tim Blankenbecker coming out of the pits, P11, Craig Schmidt, P12, Zach Monday, P13. How about Josh Murphy, P14, TJ Zachary, P15, Mark Gentile, P16, Frank Ranger Jr., 17th. Ricardo Keno, Terry Mellum, Terry Price, Daniel Higgins, Michael Ritz, Sean Abel, and Robert Anderson, rounding out the, 20th through 24th positions. Checking out on YouTube land again, we got Moonlight Badger still hanging out here with us. Robert Anderson saying it was a good race. Learned that I am not one of these drivers here as short course, road course, not road course. Robert Anderson saying that he is not really one here for short track racing. Robert, hey, with all due respect, I do feel you. I am right there with you, Roberts. I am honestly not the biggest. I know. You clip it right now. I know. You post me over everywhere. I'm not the biggest fan for short track racing. I mean, I'm a fan of it here, but as far as driving it as well, that is a whole completely different ball game. Man, Robert Anderson, long story short, I feel you. I'm right there with you down there in YouTube land. I know, Robert, you'll be right backing up here within this battle here for some more intermediate battles as well as cookie cutter tracks. I know now that I've said that, I probably made here quite a few enemies here tonight, so now that these enemies have just a little bit more hair on their chest, we're going to see if they can rock it and roll it. Get back here to Green Flag Racing in this Just Fishing 70 live here on Stamm City Network from Bristol Motor Speedway. There's only 34 laps to go. It's Scott Patton, Jensen Case, Charlie Widener. How about Mike Milfield? That's the top 4 trucks. Scott Patton leaving down there into turn 2. This time into turns 3 and 4. Scott finds an inside line. Oh, we got one lug going goose, loose. It's going to be the number 95 machine. We got one shooting up the racetrack. It's a parking lot down there out of turn number 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different trucks involved. We'll get them re-racked and restacked. It was one driver who started to go slideways, saved it there. I believe that was for Tom Connolly or Mike Milfelt, and then it was just, 4 to 3 to 5 different trucks involved there after parking lot all gone wrong. Here's a look at this drop of the green flag. So it was a really nice race restart up there with the runners. have to start to look here. Where does it start to ensue? Still okay up there within the front runners. Apologize here. Okay, oh God. It started up there. Who is that? It might be Kyle Ricketts. I know Kyle Ricketts is involved in that Liam Strong machine. Who did he have contact up there with? Oh, he started to lose it out there after Mauricio Marquez Ramos. He kind of what would you call that? Rear dived it out there in the outside safer bear. Then this whole sort of wreck starts to ensue there. You see the 33 of TJ Zachary on the right side of your screen. He's involved with Neil Lapidus up there. Look at Daniel Higgins just trying to slam on the brakes, trying to keep as little to minimal damage on that Stamm Studio Network truck as possible. Also, you see the number 40, the number 23. How about the number 69 of Tyler Price? Just making his way down into the pit lane, trying to live, allow that truck to live to fight another day. So right now, out up front, that leaves Scott Patton. It's Jensen Case, Charlie Widener, Mike Milfeldt, Tom Connolly. That's the front 5 running positions. It's still Tim Blanker. Excuse me, goodness gracious. That reminded me of when we first started broadcasting out here for MER. It's Tim Blankenbeckler and his number 4 Toyota Tundra just fishing Tim's Journey Boat Adventure Machine. They'll race restart here up on the outside line in number 6 as Josh Murphy, Zach Monday, Kyle Ricketts, Craig Schmidt join this battle up here between the top 10. Hey, I'm still down there looking and viewing down there live in YouTube land as I am just every single race. We still MD, Terry Stamm, Robert Anderson, Ted Laura down there joining us down there in YouTube land. Hey, 18 race fans out there. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate each and every single one of you in this Just Fishing 70 live here on Stamm Studio Network. Let's re-rack them, let's restack them, and let's rack them up here. Scott Patton leads them once again down there heading into the third line. Here comes Jensen Case in the purple people leader machine, working that outside line. It'll be side by side, door to door racing for the front of the pack going into turns 3 and 4. Jensen Case, he gets it a little loose, and I think we're going to throw that caution flag right back out. Yeah, unfortunately back under caution flag conditions. We'll have to see what happens here as Michael, oh boy, this may have been a few drivers involved in this one. Green flag shown right up here. Okay, we're gonna have to. I'll take this back. I'm sorry. There's a lot going on back here. Thank you. Scott, here comes Jensen. Okay, you see Barney the flagman throw the yellow flag right away. So still looking at the cause of its hero. I apologize here that we've cut here between a couple of camera shots here. Just trying to look here and see. Oh, there you see it up there, right up in front of him. Oh no, Tim Blankenbeckler involved. That's going to be Tyler Price, as well as that was the number. I think it was the. Oh, I saw the number earlier on. I think it was the 85. It may have been a Craig Schmidt. It was the 85. Oh my goodness! Out of all numbers I could have said, I barely remembered seeing that gradient colored the right way. And even though it wasn't Craig Schmidt's fault, it was actually Tim who got a little bit loose out there within corner entrance. Let's see what here happens to Tim. If he does have help, that's Tim's time. Oh, excuse me. He does. Tim Blankenbeckler has quite a bit of help there within corner entrance. He's going to get him. Oh, and that's a big one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different trucks involved. So is Michael Ritz. We'll get back up here to the front of the pack as you should see Scott Patton, Jensen Case, Charlie Widener up within the top 3 positions. Mike Milfeldt, Tom Connolly, Josh Murphy, Zach Monday, Neil Lapidus, and Kyle Ricketts, as well as Mauricio Marquez Ramos rounding out the top 10. If you're just now joining us, here's a quick look at a race recap. We are 106 laps down of this 130 lap event, so should be only about 23 to 24 laps to go after we get re-racked and restacked. Our leader is still Scott Patton. I believe he's led about that would be about 56 to 57 laps here after we have had 7 cautions for 25 laps, resulting in 3 lead changes. It's a great night here for Race Nights on this virtual Bristol Motor Speedway for the Just Fishin' 70. Barney's got that green flag out and about. He's going to wave it loud and proud. Let's work him right back going into turn 1. Scott Patton, shits in case the field's in your hands. We got another one going around, and it's Craig Schmidt again. Oh, we have two other drivers involved. It's the number 69 of Tyler Price once more. Two drivers that were just involved in last wreck. Well, they are now involved in another one. We're going to get them re-racked and restacked, but you can't fault these drivers here, ladies and gents. Right now, they're going at it lap and lap. They're trying to make each and every single move happen, and especially as time continues to tick down, you're continuing to run out of possible moves to make. Craig Schmidt, he's going to be involved in this one. We'll take a look at this race replay. So this is as the pack got back and up. They're up to speed. There's Craig Schmidt. Excuse me. That was the last wreck there. I take that one back. And then here we're going to go back and into this wreck here. Neil Lapidus out there, that inside line. Here comes Craig out around the outside, already starting to get a little loose. Here we go into 3 and 4, and then, man, I'm actually going to have to take that back. I did not see that rear end at all coming out and around that number 85 Toyota Tundra machine. Gah, Craig Schmidt, he's going to have to regroup and rearm it here. Maybe he has a faster pair, but look at how fast that number 85, look at here, going into the corner. Watch this rear end. It just, Craig, he had no sort of heads up that was about to happen on that Ohio Lost Speedways Toyota Tundra machine. Scott Patton, Jensen Case, Charlie Widener, Mike Milfeld, Tom Connolly. That's the top 5. Josh Murphy, Kyle Ricketts, Zach Monday, Neil Lapidus, Stoney Benfield. That is the top 10. We have seen this time and time again. This is a game of not only how fast are you, do you have the pace, do you have the speed, but it's also a game of attrition in this Stamm Studio Network Truck Series. These races lasting around about an hour and a half long here, but if you don't have what they say can't be done, and that is enough kind of patience to find yourself up here within these front runners, within coming towards these call it 20 to 30 laps here. It'll make you or break you. And that's what I love here about this Stamm Studio Network Truck Series. Neil Lapidus and everyone down there live in YouTube land, as well as down there live and kind of making the behind-the-scenes action work here. It's a lot of fun here because each and every single race, as I mentioned, it could definitely make or break your playoff implications here coming up here in more than a few races time. But as we've seen from last season, this Midwest Elite Racing Truck Series, it has been time and time again there that only a few couple points will separate and make you or break you. We'll go back here within racing with only 19 laps to go. The Stamm Studio Network Just Fishin' Midwest Elite Racing Truck Series out here live from Bristol Motor Speedway. Scott Patton out still to the front. Jensen Case running that inside line. Charlie Widener, he's up to P3. Remember, he started P2. Right now falls back to P3. Michael Melfeld, he's up to P4. 5 spots gained since the drop of the green flag. And how about Tom Connolly up 14 positions? That Chevrolet Silverado, they're already starting to single file themselves back up within the front 5 running position. But the battle for the race lead, it is starting to get a little closer there between Scott Patton and Jensen Case. Right now, only 0.3 of a second separate the two. Only 16 laps to go. 8 miles left to go for the last great Coliseum. Scott Patton continuing to lead him off out of there at turn number 2. Jensen Case slowly reels him in out there. That's 0.05 of a second gains out of there out of corner entrance. What does Jensen Case have there out for an off-corner exit? Oh man, Jensen not close enough to make it happen out there as Charlie Widener, he gets actually a little closer in that number 95 Appalachian Mountaineer machine. It's a front 3 truck breakaway out up front. Mike Milfeld, Tom Connolly, Josh Murphy, that's 4th, 5th, and 6th. Neil Lapidus, Mauricio Marquez Ramos, and TJ Zachary, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, including Stoney Benfield. 13, only 12 more laps to go here for Scott Patton, our pole sitter. How many laps has Scott led here tonight? Oh, that's right, only 88 laps, keeping him heading the right way. If Scott is able to find his way back up here and into victory lane, what a driver interview this will be up here for that number 46 Chevrolet Silverado machine. If you're newer here to Stamm Studio Network, the top 3 drivers are, they have that live driver interview headed right up and in their way. But right now, it's starting to heat up between Jensen Case, Charlie Widener. Charlie getting all over that rear bumper there over Jensen. Jensen, right now, Charlie's on the phone. He's right now calling you saying, is there anybody home? Are you going to leave that door open here for me? No, Jensen says nobody's home. Slams the door shut in front of Charlie Widener. Mike Milfelt, this allows that Toyota Tundra truck machine to work his way back up and a little bit closer towards this final driver interview position. Only 9 laps to go. We're continuing to work down the respectful lap traffic out there. Scott Patton running away with it out up front. Here comes Jensen Case. Charlie Widener trying to clear Tim Blake back there. Mike Milfelt is still working down that inside line as well. It's a front 4 track breakaway. Tom Connolly working his way back around lap traffic as well. Scott Patton, 0.3 of a second. 8 laps go in the Stone River, number 46 Chevrolet Silverado machine. This race still isn't over here just yet. It's only 0.4 of a second separating 1 and 2. Not only that, but ladies and gentlemen, look up here and in front of this battle for the race lead. We have lap traffic cars all over the racetrack. 7 laps to go. 4 miles left here from the last great Coliseum. Jensen Case getting ever so closer to that rear bumper of our race leader. 0.4 of a second. Here comes Jensen. He's going to look it around down his inside of his teammate of the number 77 of Nathaniel Mendoza. Jensen Case now back around to 0.5 of a second. It's only 0.2 of a second separating second and third. Mike Milfelt right up in there with them, separating third and fourth and final driver interview spots, also within 0.2 of a second. Battles all over the racetrack right now, but we have to stick up here within our front race runners. Scott Patton, 0.8 of a second up there, battle for the race lead. Right now we're looking at battle for P2. Jensen Case, Charlie Widener. Charlie, does he have anything out there for him coming out of exit turn number 4? He's gonna look around that outside line. It's the longer way around the racetrack. There's more speed. There is momentum to work with. Here comes Charlie for the crossover. Down and around, inching to turn number 3. Charlie not able to make it work. Scott Patton, 2 laps to go, coming towards the white flag lap here. This Just Fishing 70 live on Stamm Studio Network. Side by side for P2, side by side for P3 as Mike Milfelt starting to join this battle as well. Scott Patton right there with a 1 second gap going into turn 2 for our final time tonight. Charlie Widener, Jensen Case separated by 1/10 of a second. Now it'll be that final driver interview spot is up for grabs. Scott Patton will take away the Just Fishing 70 live in the Stamm Studio Network Truck Series. Charlie Widener P2, Jensen Case at the line by 0.6 of a second. 0.6 of a second. Jensen Case get that final driver interview spot. What cat and mouse back and forth action it was. Mike Milfelt, Tom Connolly, Josh Murphy, Stoney Benfield, Neil Lapidus, Mauricio Marquez Ramos, and TJ Zachary rounding out the top 10. Stick with us here on Stamm Studio Network, ladies and gents. We'll be right back with you after we hear the Scott Patton burn this puppy down. A well-deserved Just Fishing 70 race win. And what a magical number it was here for Scott. 100 laps led. He gets the 100th laps led as, well, he's going to take that race win here tonight. Scott Patton, Charlie Widener, Jensen Case will be visiting those drivers here in just a few moments' time into virtual top 3 podium victory lane. But before we do, here come our official race results here tonight. It'll be Scott Patton, Charlie Widener, Jensen Case, the top 3. Mike Milfelt, Tom Connolly, Josh Murphy. That'll be the top 6 drivers. Stoney Benfield, Neil Lapidus, Mauricio Marquez Ramos, TJ Zachary. That'll be top 10. Nathaniel Mendoza, Tim Blankenbecker, Mark Gentile, Kyle Ricketts, Terry Mellum, Daniel Higgins, Tyler Price, and Sean Abel. Rounding out the top 18. Michael Ritt, Zach Monday, Craig Schmidt, Frank Granger Jr., Ricardo Keno, and Robert Anderson, rounding out our 24-driver grid. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it down there in YouTube land for the one, the only. Let's see the fireworks from out there as well. It's the Scott Patton. Congratulations on your last great Coliseum, the Just Fishing 70 win out here in the Stamm Studio Network Truck Series. Scott, Charlie, Jensen will be right here with you in just a few moments' time out here live in virtual Victory Lane.
Sorry about that contact there, Charlie, with that lapper.
Scott, couldn't have been better time here for it. Congratulations on your race win as you're burning it down there in virtual Victory Lane. What's going through your mind right here, right now here, Mr. Patton?
Yeah, what an awesome race that was here at the greatest Coliseum here, the last great Coliseum. That's the way that we like to have these Bristol wins go. They don't come very often that way, for sure. So I'll take them any way we can get them, and it's awesome racing with these guys.
Yeah, awesome racing down and around the pack here, but Scott out here up within the race lead. That'll be a 1.3 second gap at the race line. Scott, I'm not sure if you know it here just yet, but your 100th lap led here tonight was your, of course, coming across the checkered flag finish. Scott, who are you shouting out? Who are you thinking here tonight in this top three? Well, shoot, your Victory Lane finish here tonight.
Yeah, first my teammates there, Charlie and Mike there with Highline Racing. They help a lot with strategy and just getting through traffic and whatnot. And sponsors on the hood here, we got the New England Racing Museum. It's Dr. Dick Bergen's project up here in the Northeast. I'm in New Hampshire. The property is right next to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Check it out if you're in the area. Then Stone River Outfitters, check them out for all your fly tying fishing needs. If anyone's doing any fly fishing over the winter, StoneRiverOutfitters.com. Check them out. And appreciate you guys for putting on a fantastic broadcast. Really enjoy watching these.
Golly, Scott. Well, first of all, I can't thank you enough, because that's what keeps me moving, grooving back here behind the scenes, as well as, hey, couldn't have been a better sponsor for it here in this Just Fishing 70 at your live from Bristol. Scott, we actually heard you mention a little bit of a race strategy back here from behind the scenes, and as well as your teammates. What was going on as far as race strategy goes, where there with that stage break a little bit before halfway throughout the race?
Yeah, that was a tricky one, especially with that first stage. I think it went almost green the whole stage, so that's pretty unusual for Bristol. So knowing that, going into the second stage, thinking that there's a chance we might be talking about green flag pit stops at Bristol, which how often do you see that in iRacing? So I was kind of relieved. It was frustrating as some of those cautions were late in the race. That was one caution I was relieved to have with about 30, 35 to go, whatever that one was, that made us pit there in the second stage and alleviated the fuel strategy, because that gets really risky when you start going down 2 laps, 3 laps here at Bristol to make a green flag pit stop. So glad to get that one behind us. And yeah, just the tire strategy was pretty straightforward, just taking 4 tires each time. I think there were a couple guys that pitted on the prior yellow and stayed out, so we just had to be careful navigating that traffic. But all in all, it worked out here with through the 130 laps.
Well, Scott, I will be honest with you here. I'm coming out here from. That's why we had to start the race here just an hour later, coming home from an engagement party from one of my siblings, and maybe 1 to 2 margs, so I couldn't quite get the math rolling. But Scott, I kept seeing you cycle your way up here between the front runners of the pack. I just want to congratulate you here between not only pole sitter of the race, but as well as congratulations on the winner of the race. I can't wait to chat with you here, and hopefully just next week's time, man.
I appreciate that, and appreciate everything you do for us, and we're super happy to be able to accommodate you guys, because you do such a fantastic job with these broadcasts. Really enjoy watching them, even in 4K there on this TV.
Hey, that's what it's all about right there. I might have to, I'll bump that encoder up there just for you, Scott, there. Appreciate it, man, and have a great rest of your night. And also, we'll let you get to popping that virtual champagne down there in virtual Victory Lane.
Sounds good. Appreciate you.
Don't get too sticky down there, Scott. We appreciate it, man. And we're going to move down there to our P2 finisher. It'll be Charlie Widener. Charlie back and around. He was a little bit P5, back up to P1, back down to P2. Charlie, you got yourself a copy here tonight.
Oh, yeah. It was a good race.
Yeah, Charlie, it looks like it, man. You kept us up on our toes up here, up in the broadcast booth, as well as those cardboard cutouts down there in up in the stands. Charlie, what was that Toyota Tundra handling like down there underneath your feet and behind the wheel?
it could really easily get loose off the corner. There was one time on one of those restarts that randomly got loose on entry for me, but it handled pretty good as long as you make sure you roll the bottom and get the good run off and try to save that right front for a long run when we had them, and it can really make for some good side-by-side racing.
Well, Charlie, you mentioned a little bit there. I was gonna to mention to you, how did you kind of? We saw you slap it up there P2 here on qualifying results, as well as finish P2 out there on the race. How do you kind of compromise long run speed versus short run speed within that right front tire?
Yeah, saving tires is not my forte. I think I just got kind of lucky because of the slower nature of the lap traffic, where you got to be patient to get around it. Kind of saves your right front. Yeah, qualifying P2, then got the EOL.
Oh, is that what it was? God dang it.
Yeah, there was EOL for the start of the race, so I had to drop all the way back.
Yeah.
So it took all race to get back to where I qualified, but I made it. And but you're just navigating the lap traffic. It's a little slower pace getting through them. Not sawing on the wheel too hard, and it'll pay off in the end.
Well, Charlie, we appreciate that insight there. And I don't say this to discredit you or anything like that, but I just noticed up there in live timing and scoring. I think this helps you. If anything but hurts you. I noticed 2,500 oval I rating coming into the race. That's only about, I think, 5th or 6th within our top front runners. But hey, you put down a couple of those front runners here tonight. Man, congratulations on the P2 finish here, Charlie. Almost reeled in Scott Patton. That's also going to help you coming into our next week's time out there within the point standings. Do you kind of go into the rest of the kind of race season with a little bit going different on the mind there? Or you just kind of treat each and every single race the same there, Charlie?
Yeah, the plan is to try to top 5 these guys to death if I have to. If I can't get the win.
There you go.
The first two races of the season, you know, they're drafting tracks. I had a really fast truck, but got into some incidents there, and so my results wasn't what I wanted them to be. So getting back on some of these regular tracks, you should hopefully see me up front a little more. But hopefully my whole team will be near the front on some of these, because we're pretty excited about this league. So.
That's pretty special, man, Charlie, and especially a special there for you, keeping that oval I rating moving, grooving, especially back up towards the front of the pack you find yourself. Real quick, before we let you get going here, Charlie, who is on that team that you just shouted out, as well as is there anybody else you'd like to shout out to tonight?
Yeah, the teammates, Scott Patton, Mike Millfelt, you know, almost a 1-2-3 there. Heath Smith, who couldn't be here because he's helping out with the storms and stuff that we have. You guys, the broadcast is amazing. Like Scott said, just the way it looks and everything, kind of incredible. Neil and everyone who's got this league operational, first time in the league, and I'm enjoying it. Even with the bad luck for the first 2 races, I can see it's going to be a lot of fun.
Man, that's well said, Charlie. We appreciate that there back behind the scenes. That's what keeps us moving, grooving, keeping this league and broadcast back going. Charlie, congratulations on your P2, your podium finish here tonight. Hopefully we're chatting with you next week's time. We'll let you get your moving and grooving, and have a great rest of your night.
All right, thank you.
This one will be special here, ladies and gents. If you're still joining us down there live in YouTube land, Jensen, I think you know who it is up over here in the booth. You got yourself a copy.
I sure do, Sean.
Oh boy, well here we go. It was, stick with me, a little bit of cat and mouse, the action here throughout you find yourself up here, bucket up to P3 though here, Jensen. How did you get it done here in that number 75 Alp Chevrolet Silverado?
I'm not really quite sure, to be with you, quite honest with you, Sean. We just went out there, qualified decent, was able to stay up front, did before the stage break there, was able to restart P1, and then Scott and Charlie just kind of cat and mouse me, ran me down, you know, little meow action, and yeah, I just wasn't able to hold them off there, unfortunately. They're super talented guys there. Sorry to Charlie, I kind of got into there with the lapper getting a little loose in front of me, but yeah, we're able to bring it home P3, so can't be disappointed with that.
Man, really well said there, Jensen. And I know that apologies is going to go a far way back there behind the scenes. No, it really wasn't your fault there to begin with. But, man, we saw you lead some laps here tonight. That's always a great start in some Stamm Studio Network trucks. Jensen, I know that you raced here with us last season within those ARCA cars. What's kind of, if you could pin one of the biggest differences here between these Stamm Studio Network trucks and those Midwest Elite Racing ARCA machines, what would kind of be one of the top that you could kind of pin?
The trucks are definitely a lot looser. I honestly didn't like the ARCA because I didn't really drive them before the league started. I kind of just started driving them when the league started because they kind of just came out at the same time. And they're actually pretty tight. So I actually like the trucks a lot better just because they're a little looser, and I prefer a looser truck.
No. Well, Jensen, we appreciate that insight there. I'm also kind of right there with you. I like the side force that truck has to offer, unlike the kind of ARCA where you don't really get too much aerodynamic side force with it. Jensen, we got a little bit coming here tonight. We're liking the truck a little bit better than the ARCA machines, though. Jensen, who you shouting out here tonight in this podium finish?
Definitely my teammate, Felipe, a.k.a. Mendoza, a.k.a. Nathaniel. He was held onto his rig tonight, was able to not get suspended from the league.
Ooh.
So that's a big W. So yeah, he'll be off kind of probation here and be able to start racing with us. So he kind of had to stay back there. He had to serve the lap 3 drive-through, but yeah, so happy to have him back, not having to worry about any more penalties.
Well, Jensen, we're happy to have you back up here and in that front podium positions. We also, I'm just now seeing that little SSN logo on that, what is it, the B-pillar machine. So we appreciate that, and I appreciate you, Jensen, for out here racing with us once again. Hopefully we're chatting with you once again back up here in top 3 podium drivers victory lane.
Yes, sir, Sean, you know I love you, man.
Hey, I love you right back there, Jensen. Bottom of my heart, man. I appreciate you, and until next time, have a great rest of your week here, man.
Yep, you too, brother. Later.
Yeah, see, that's what it's all about there, right there. You get drivers here thinking it's almost kind of starting to tear up here just thinking about it. We still got 16 viewers, so I can't tear up here too hard down there in YouTube land here thinking about it. Do we have anybody? Neil, does Neil want to say a few couple words? No, I don't think so. So that'll be us for it here tonight. Apologies here for that later start of the race, but we got it all solidified, and it's back here to normal. Move in back here after this one. All right, everybody, I just like that, it's already over. Time flies and you're having fun. I know it. Congratulations to Scott Patton, Charlie Widener, and Jensen Case. Oh, my days. That's the Just Fishing 70 down here within the Sim Racing Book. Sean Stamm on Stamm Studio Network, producing, directing, commentate the show. Until next Saturday, or hey, if you want to join us here tomorrow, I'll be live here for 2.5 hours. It is the Deuce and a Half LMP3s and BMW M2s live from Okayama at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I appreciate it if you join us in for that, but if not, that is a-okay. I appreciate you all joining us in here tonight. If you're still hanging around, hey, that's what it's all about there. That's how you know you're one of our big fans. From the bottom of my heart, I can't think of more than enough to say. Congratulations to Scott Patton, Charlie Widener, Jensen Case, as well as thank you for still hanging around here with us on YouTube land, as well as thank you to the sponsors and affiliates up in the top right of the screen. Cowboy Spencer, if you're still watching Dancing Transistors, that's the boy Ali, Ted, Terry, who else do we got down there with us? Robert Anderson as well, Laura, and I think that'll do it. I appreciate you all. I'll see you next time.